Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Woonsocket is a city in Providence County, Rhode Island, United States. The population was 41,186 at the 2010 census, making it the sixth largest city in the state. Woonsocket lies directly south of the Massachusetts state line and constitutes part of both the Providence metropolitan area and the larger Greater Boston combined statistical area. The city is the corporate headquarters of CVS Health, a pharmacy services provider. It is home to Landmark Medical Center, the Museum of Work and Culture, and the American-French Genealogical Society. Before the arrival of European settlers in northern Rhode Island during the 17th century, today's Woonsocket region was inhabited by three Native American tribes, the Nipmucks, Wampanoags, and Narragansetts. In 1661, the English theologian Roger Williams purchased the area from the Cowsett and Nipmucks, and in a letter referred to modern-day Woonsocket as Niswasocket. Other possible derivations to the name include several Nipmuc geographic names from nearby Massachusetts. These include Woonsocket, from Worcester County meaning Fox Country, and Wanashoichuk, also from Worcester County, meaning at the fork of the river. Another theory states Woonsocket derives from thunder mist, in reference to the largest waterfall on the Blackstone River, which lies at the center of the city. Yet another theory proposes that the city was named after Woonsocket Hill in neighboring North Smithfield. Woonsocket Falls Village was founded in the 1820s. Its fortunes expanded as the Industrial Revolution took root in nearby Pawtucket. With the Blackstone River providing ample water power, the region became a prime location for textile mills. In 1831, Edward Harris built his first textile mill in Woonsocket. Woonsocket as a town was not established until 1867 when three villages in the town of Cumberland, namely Woonsocket Falls, Social, and Jenksville, officially became the town of Woonsocket. By this time the beginnings of the French-Canadian emigration had definitely been felt. In 1871, three additional industrial villages in Smithfield, Hamlet, Vernon, and Globe, were added to the town, establishing its present boundaries. Woonsocket was incorporated as city in 1888. During the Great Depression the local textile industry closed, causing high unemployment. At this point 75% of the population was of French-Canadian descent. French-language newspapers were published and sold here, and radio programs and movies shown were also in French. Most conversations in public were also in French. The city's fortunes were revived in World War II, when it became a center of fabric manufacturing for the war effort. In the post-war years, the Woonsocket economy adjusted to a mix of manufacturing, retail, technology and financial services operations. However, in the early 1980s Woonsocket was again plagued by high unemployment rates. In 1980 70% of Woonsocket's population was French-Canadian descent. Beginning in 1979, Woonsocket became home to Autumn Fest, an annual cultural festival that takes place on Columbus Day weekend, at World War II Veterans Memorial State Park. It has become one of the city's most popular events. Woonsocket from the East, 1886 engraving. Woonsocket Medical Corporation, founded in 1839 by Dr. Seth Arnold. Woonsocket in 1855, published in Gleason's Pictorial Drawing Room Companion. 1886 engraving. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 8.0 square miles, of which 7.7 square miles is land and 0.3 square miles is water. Woonsocket is drained by the Blackstone River. Adjacent communities include Blackstone and Bellingham, Massachusetts, along with Cumberland and North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Woonsocket has a strong humid continental climate with 4 distinct seasons. Being influenced by both the sea and the interior during winter, diurnal temperature variation is high, with days most often being above freezing before severe frosts hit at night. At the 2010 census Woonsocket had a population of 41,186. The population was 71.3% non-Hispanic white, 14.2% Hispanic or Latino, 6.4% African American, 5.4% Asian, 0.4% Native American and 4.3% reporting 2 or more races. At the census of 2000, there were 43,224 people, 17,750 households, and 10,774 families residing in the city. The population density was 5,608.8 people per square mile. There were 18,757 housing units at an average density of 2,433.9 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 83.14% white, 4.44% African American, 0.32% Native American, 4.06% Asian, 0.03% Pacific Islander, 4.86% from other races, and 3.14% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 9.32% of the population. Woonsocket is a part of the Providence metropolitan area, which has an estimated population of 1,622,520. There were 17,750 households, out of which 31.2% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 39.4% were married couples living together, 16.2% had a female householder with no husband present, and 39.3% were non-families. 32.7% of all households were made up of individuals, and 12.5% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.37 and the average family size was 3.02. In the city, the population was spread out, with 25.8% under the age of 18, 9.2% from 18 to 24, 30.0% from 25 to 44, 19.7% from 45 to 64, and 15.2% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 35 years. For every 100 females, there were 91.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 86.8 males. The median income for a household in the city was $30,819, and the median income for a family was $38,353. Males had a median income of $31,465 versus $24,638 for females. The per capita income for the city was $16,223. About 16.7% of families and 19.4% of the population were below the poverty line, including 31.3% of those under age 18 and 14.7% of those age 65 or over. In March 2013, The Washington Post reported that one-third of Woonsocket's population used food stamps, putting local merchants on a boom or bust cycle each month when EBT payments were deposited. At the 2000 census, 46.1% of Woonsocket's population were identified as being of French or French-Canadian ethnic heritage. The city has referred to itself as La Ville la plus française aux États-Unis, the most French city in the United States. Properties and districts in Woonsocket listed on National Register of Historic Places. Woonsocket has been a filming location for several movies, including Hachi, A Dog's Tale and The Purge, Election Year, A Dog's Tale and The Purge.